Alright, good morning. Check this out, everybody. In person.
Wow.
People are going to be thrilled by that.
Yeah, do you think how loud do you think that clap was? Do you think they like...
Oh, you can see on the audio thing. Look at that. This is our normal talking. That's the clap.
I was gonna say, that's like just destroys anyone listening with headphones. You're
I
welcome.
could edit it to be quieter, but we both know I won't. Because that seems like slightly more work, and I don't want to do that. So today, on this glorious morning, Rhys and I are going to be doing a TV couples tier list.
Yeah.
Most of them are sitcoms, but not all. I've got a whole bunch. We're going to make this really good. It's going to end... I probably didn't write down some, but...
Do you have can I use your legal pad to keep track of it in my head?
Oh, if you want to, yeah.
Sick.
Here, grab a friend.
Sorry. I'm making the tier list on a legal pad.
That'll make things easier for me, because I have a little thing on the notes app of my phone. This is going to be slightly harder.
How many do we have? S-A...
Oh yeah, should we make
B,
custom? I was going to ask you before we did this. Should we do
D,
custom ones?
Sure.
So S could be...
S is sitcom royalty.
Ooh, even if they're not from a sitcom.
Yeah.
And then A can be a little problematic? No. That A would still be pretty high tier. So
amazingly
fitting.
Yeah, I can't think of any funny ones. These work. Amazingly fitting.
We've spent the morning doing a puzzle, so we're both mentally deranged. No, gone. Mentally tired.
I'd say that also.
Yeah, well...
Okay, B. Bid.
Bit unhinged? No, bit upsetting?
Biddle middle.
Biddle middle. Good job.
Biddle middle. Okay, even though I think C is technically the middle.
Oh, yeah.
No, this currently has 6, so there is no middle.
So B and C are the middle.
So
C
is
could
be middle.
Could be closer to the middle. This is so dumb.
Be closer.
Oh yeah, everyone out there, we did this like 2
While
years ago. And again, that was before I had any idea how to record audio over Zoom. Or, like, virtual audio?
Yeah, and I don't think I had a mic, so that made it difficult, too.
Yeah, I can upload that if you guys want, though. I can just put that as bonus content on Patreon.
We'll see how our opinions have changed, if at all.
Did my games come yesterday? Amazon?
I did see a package at some point.
Okay, cool. D, dog shit.
Yep. Dog shite. And then F.
Foul dog shit.
Foul dog shit. They fouled it.
I tried to
in
kind
of March Madness.
So I broke this up by genre. We have sitcoms, dramas, animation, and then spoilers for Rhys, which we probably won't do.
Okay.
And I tried to break it up by show. So if there are multiple per show, we'll do those before moving on.
Okay, that makes sense.
Rhys to For You page, anecdotes, any Rhys viewings this week? I know
Rhys
you watched.
Viewings. I've been watching... I finished Mindhunter. Mindhunter was incredible.
He's going to watch True Detective Season 1.
I am. I'm actively watching The Three Body Problem. I have a couple more episodes. That is my favorite series ever, I think.
Book series.
Book series, yeah. Sorry, I should emphasize that. It's not my favorite show. It's my favorite book series ever, and it's kind of cool seeing it adapted. It's not perfect, but they adapted it very well.
It's the Game of Thrones guys. First thing they've done since finishing that show, so...
I know people were giving them shit, but they did, again, 90% of the show great, so
right.
You can't really, knock them for that.
Our uncle gave it some shit the other day.
Yeah.
Talking about how bad season 8 is.
Which, if it is, but, I did...
I'm going to say something controversial. That's not really controversial because I don't care about Game of Thrones, so I didn't really care that the ending wasn't good. But, it wasn't good, but I didn't think it's, the worst thing ever.
Yeah, you thought it was just fine. It's not like How I Met Your Mother level of bad.
I'm not sure I've ever seen something where the ending ruined the entire show. I'm probably wrong. Even How I Met Your Mother, I'm like...
Yeah, you still watch the rest of the show.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I can't think of any Rhys to For You page. I've really been. There's one episode. I wrote a list of 10 things, and then we didn't talk about it.
You can bring it up because I will forget.
We kind of got immediately started talking about stuff, and I got invested. I don't remember.
Was it last week?
No, it was a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you don't get one next week, then we have to kill the segment.
Dang.
So, Rhys and I decided a while ago. We have not mentioned it. But because I didn't watch Avatar: The Live-Action Airbender, I now owe Rhys a chit, which he can call in at any point, and he can make me watch anything. So if he decides that I have to watch Avatar: The Way of Water again, I have to do that. And if I don't, I guess you own my dog.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Should we not bet
with animals
with live things?
Yeah, probably. The only show I definitely needed you to watch, you already did, which was Dark.
Yeah.
So I'll try to.
We might need to. Off air, we could go through this, but we need to figure out an actual metric or how much is a chit worth? Because it's not like I could use my chit to make you watch every single season of Doctor Who from 1950s onward.
Yeah. So there is a.
So maybe a chit per season or a chit per movie, because I'd equate those two.
Okay.
Unless the season's One Piece.
What if I make it like Fleabag? And it's a 12 episode thing.
That's okay. We'll play it by ear.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm rewatching True Detective. Everyone out there, should we start doing, I don't know,
what we're watching?
But we can't do that.
Well, that's literally, yeah,
what we read and what we gonna read. That's why, like, ideally, our format would be we talk about the news, not like local news.
I was gonna say, I don't want to talk about that.
Not like local committee shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like, just brief movie news, then a topic, and then we do, like, a book club at the end. But that's literally the format of the Weekly Planet, which...
We can't steal... We can only steal so much without
I'm pretty sure I'm just, like, my comprehension of the world, my horizon limitation is, like, oh, the Weekly Planet's podcast format is perfect, but it's only because it's the only one I, like, consistently listen to.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some way to make it as good, but with different things.
And there's always going to be some overlap, because there's only so many ways you can do a podcast on
especially
movies
on
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you talk about movies.
Did I tell you how I'm currently trying to get the licensing rights for the song Daybreak from Community?
Oh, no, I don't think you did.
I was going to make it a surprise.
Oh.
But they are not responding to me. Because I want to make that our theme song. But I can't. I'll figure it out.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get it to happen.
Okay.
All right, let's just get right into it.
Cool.
Oh, True Detective Season 1 might be the best season of TV I have ever seen.
Would you put it above Fargo?
Yes.
Season 1? Okay.
I
asked my other friend and he said...
Was it me? The other version of me? That clone you created?
Yeah.
I watched True Detective when I was much younger. Thought it was incredible. Mm-hmm. When I watched it again, I enjoyed it a lot more.
Okay.
It is literally... it's not literally perfect, but it's as close to perfect as a TV show can get, I think.
Wow.
And then I skipped season 2 because I watched that when I was younger again, and it was just... I mean, I don't remember disliking it or hating it or anything. It just felt like going to work. And I could remember, prior to rewatching it, I could remember, like, oh, in season 1 this happens, that happens, like, the characters are this. Mm-hmm. I can't remember a single thing about season 2. I know, like, who's in it, but I don't know what, like, the murder is, if there's a murder at all, like, what the conflict is. Then I watched season 3, which I thought was really, really great.
Okay.
And then I'm on Night Country right now, which I think is fine. It feels more like, and this is going to sound insulting, but it doesn't feel like to the caliber of True Detective 1 and 3 at least. It feels more like a bad season of Fargo, but it's still okay.
Like season 3 kind of Fargo?
Or like it feels kind of like more network. Like the formatting's it doesn't feel as kind of cinematic. I don't know. I haven't finished it yet.
I'm sure I'll understand.
It's taking me a while to get through it.
That was season 4 for Fargo for me, but that was also not that greatest season of
Yeah. All right, let's get into it then. Sitcom, TV, couples, tier list. We're going to start with Jim and Pam.
Good start.
Yes, we're starting with The Office, so I've got 3 from The Office. We can probably think of more.
I'm going to write this down for literally no reason. Okay. I'm ready.
Oh, good thing you wrote down what our siblings said.
Yeah, we asked them. Only one of our sisters answered it.
Sorry?
Oh, I'll tell.
Okay, we'll get there. All right, Jim and Pam. I don't know if I've ever told you this. It's very personal. When I watched The Office for the first time, I loved them so much that I was like weeping, and I was like, I'm going to start saving up for a ring, which is why I'm so rich right now.
Wow.
Yeah, because I realized... Did
you buy a ring already?
No, but I have so much money in the bank.
For said ring.
For a ring, yeah. So younger me would have said S, but I'm going to say A. I think they're amazing, but I think there are certain ones that are well above. Like, I don't know if they're the top standard of a romance on TV. Would you disagree?
I'm about the same. I might have put them in S just because they are really like...
Should we do?
I think they're very realistic, but it'd be like bottom of S, top of A kind of situation.
Should we put them in S and then do an S plus for like the one we're both thinking right now who deserves to be there?
Sure.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't know.
We'll get there in a bit.
I feel like
put them in S. We're doing an S plus for like the cream of the crop.
That'll be our favorite. So right now,
why don't we for S plus? We'll end with we have to pick one to put in there.
Like us personally, or like together we pick one individual couple.
If we can't agree together, we'll just do one each.
Okay.
But put them in S.
I'll put them in S. And I think they're very realistic in the end, where you do see them like kind of having more issues, but it's still like you pull through and that kind of stuff. And
right, that's not something you get often in TV.
No, and you root for them so hard. Like
yeah.
they are such a big part of The Office, obviously, and I am so happy when they get together. And I'm sure every other person who's watched The Office is the same way.
Yeah,
even though some people hate Pam for some reason, no idea why.
I remember reading something about how I don't know which season, I can't remember specifically, but Pam kind of because. Early on, she's, like, kind of quiet, and I think the way it was described by Jenna Fisher was, like, kind of mousy and, like, cute and quiet and, like, reserved, and then at some point she becomes more, like, outspoken, she's more goofy, and then people started to hate her, which is
of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
people are the worst.
Dumb.
But yeah, I think they deserve an S.
They
I
do.
don't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
Dwight and Angela.
I figured that was the other one, and then I also figured the other one is, not to get ahead of ourselves, but Michael and Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwight and Angela, I mean, they're fine. I'd give them They're good together, but also I don't care about their relationship at all.
It's very interesting that's how the show ends on their wedding, but like,
Right.
I don't have an issue with that because it obviously had to end somewhere.
Would you say they're perfect for each other?
I think they're very good for each other, but I also I'm kind of with you. I don't care that much about their relationship.
I don't like either of them as people. I think
like
I like Dwight, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'd get along with him. Angela seems very unpleasant, which
Yeah.
I think she's written to be like the uptight kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
So as a counter to Dwight, that kind of works because Dwight's uptight, but in a psychopath way, where he's gonna throw a ninja star at you for pooping on the sidewalk.
Well,
That's a specific
kind
example.
of reasonable.
Yeah, honestly, they get an ass for that.
Yeah.
Would you say A or B?
I think I'd put him B or C. So
Oh, let's
I guess
do B then. Yeah.
Middle, because I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah. What about Michael and Holly? Or should we do Aaron and Andy?
They don't get together.
No.
I guess they are a couple.
They're not good though.
But no, I wouldn't have put them high. That would be low. I'm kind of same spot
Michael and Holly, I
Dwight
think, are
and
above.
Angela. As Michael and Holly.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like them?
I think they're perfect for one another.
But you don't care?
Yeah, we don't see much of them when they're actually together, and when they're apart, it's kind of annoying. And I also despise Michael.
I think.
So maybe that's.
Let's give. I would say A, and here's why. Did you already write them down in A?
No, I was writing Dwight and Angela.
And I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing. It is, but like Holly is written to be perfect for Michael, and that's it. It's just she is written to be the perfect counter to him. It's not like we don't see them grow to be better for each other. We don't see them. I mean, they have some conflict, but I don't think they're like in terms of real world ability. It's not like to the level of Jim and Pam, but I would say it's above Dwight and Angela in my.
I do think that they are better than Dwight and Angela.
So you want to do like a low A?
Yeah, which I can't really move them around after writing them, but I agree with it being a low A.
I'll just, if I end up making this into a video or something, I'll do that myself.
Yeah. So I'll concede an A just because I do agree that they're perfect for one another.
Do you have any more for The Office? What about Kevin and...
Oh, yeah. Kevin
Malone.
Yeah, I don't know. I am well aware who Kevin is. Don't know why I said that.
Because next up we have Friends.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any huge ones that are remaining.
For The Office? I don't think so either.
Like maybe some small relationships.
I mean, yeah, we could do like...
Honestly, Bob Vance and...
Bob Vance?
The refrigerator dude.
Who marries Phyllis?
Yes, they're perfect for one another. We're not going to put them on the list, but they are perfect for one another. Very, very solid couple.
If we do a follow-up to this, we can do like more B-plot couples, which is
he pays
like,
so much
like
money
Jan
just to give
and
his wife a
Michael,
hug. That's adorable.
Yeah. And we can do like couples that didn't work out. Yeah. But for now, we're just going to do the ones that are either a major part of the show or they ended together.
Yeah, hopefully we stick with that.
So I was looking yesterday, I was trying to find as many of these as I can that we know about. I was looking at a lot of lists online about like best TV couples, and a lot of them had Ross and Rachel at number one.
Number one?
And a lot of people also had Ted and Barney at number one. Not Ted and Barney.
Ted and Barney.
Ted and Barney.
I'm with it.
Ted and Robin at number one. Like that was kind of like those two were just flip-flopped in a lot of places.
I think
which I know you both
did
hate.
Not watch the show.
Yeah, I know you hate both of these.
Yeah.
But Ross and Rachel is who we have right now.
Okay. Terrible.
I think we got into a pretty long discussion last time we did this years ago, and I think we even called in. We phoned a friend.
We did. I think it was Brianna.
And we asked about it. I have not finished all of Friends. I don't really care for it. It's fine, but I'm never compelled to go back and watch it.
The ending was good. I did like how they got them back together. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
But they still suck.
Are they good together?
No.
Okay.
I hate both of them, if I'm honest. Like, they're my least two favorite characters in Friends.
I had a dream last night where someone told me that when you get upset, you're like Ross from Friends. I didn't understand what that meant. Like, our mom told me that in her dream. I feel like I should
be offended by that.
You should.
Maybe that wasn't even real. I mean, sorry, maybe that wasn't even a dream. Maybe that was real.
Maybe it was.
Because I went to bed early last night.
But it was like when you get angry, like you act just like him. And because I don't understand the characterization of Ross super well, because again, haven't seen the entire show. But I was picturing like someone who like is actively trying to prove their intelligence. So I was like, I guess if you put Rhys in a position where he feels defensive and angry, he would do that.
I guess.
But you wouldn't. Like, I guess that's what my dream was saying.
Interesting.
All right, where would you put Ross and Rachel, though?
I would put them as either dog shite or foul dog shite.
Are they that bad? I mean,
I don't think they'd be the worst on the list, so I don't know if I'd put them in F. But I'd put them in dog shite. I think they're terrible with one another. they treated each other very poorly.
Let's give them dog or foul dog shit. Should I say shite too?
Yeah, I like saying. I don't think. Actually, this is a complicated thing because you know the whole argument between Ross and Rachel about whether or not they were on a break.
Yeah.
So they were on a break, but it doesn't necessarily make what Ross did correct. Like it's still morally wrong. Very
right. It's like they're arguing about the wrong part of it.
I watched that episode, and unless my memory is incorrect, they didn't say on a break. They broke up.
Actually,
but they both thought they were on a break.
I watched that.
But they said broke, like, oh, you're breaking up with me?
Honestly?
So, again, still, I don't think I would say what Ross did was cheating, which people will probably get mad about.
They're going to get more mad at this. If I were in that situation and they were, like, arguing about it, I'd be like, first of all, fucking shut up. I don't care. We are trying to be friends. That's the name of the show. We're friends.
Yeah.
So just figure it out. Talk it through. Be adults. Figure it out. If you're on a break, fine. If you're not, who gives a shit? Mm-hmm. If you want to be together, fine. Figure it out. Here's a therapist. And then I'd leave. Yeah. Here's Frasier from Frasier.
Yeah. But I just... again, not excusing what Ross did. But,
I don't know. Oh, well.
I agree with you, though. They definitely should have worked it out. That was very stupid.
I mean, it's a plot contrivance.
Yes.
Just to further the conflict and drag out the romance for a while.
Exactly.
Next up, we have Chandler and Monica. Where would you put them? I know they're great with each other.
I would put them as tier, I think.
Okay, who would you put higher, Jim and Pam, or those two?
I think I like Monica and Chandler more.
Okay, well then I guess you can do that because I have no right to argue.
That's the two we asked our family their choices. Two of them answered us, the other two did. Both of them said Monica and Chandler is one of their favorite couples.
Okay,
and they are very good together. You see their entire relationship. It's not kind of unexpected at the beginning, which might make it even more interesting when they get together and then work everything out. And then I don't know.
Okay,
they're very, very good together.
Okay. Should we skip around the genres, or do you want to just finish off sitcoms? We have a bunch more for sitcoms, or do you want to do a few of the?
I'm writing these too large. I'm not.
Well, we have a whole legal pad there, so you could have done a whole page for each one.
I could have, and I didn't. I normally. I was gonna do initials, and then I didn't. All right.
Next up, we have Marshall and Lily. They're in S tier.
Nice. They are 100% in S tier.
They are who I will end up arguing for our S plus choice.
That was the first group.
I
thought of too.
So great with each other. They benefit from having already been together when we start the show. Which I don't know. They just work well together. You can understand. When they get into a fight, it's like you understand both sides and you want them to figure it out and stay together.
Yeah, very human relationship.
And they also don't get into when they're fighting. It's not that I never feel the overwhelming looming presence of they're gonna break up.
No,
because you know that during the fight they're fighting because they want to be together and they want to work this through, which I think is good. So yeah, solid S.
I agree. The only
We'll get to S plus. We'll talk more. I hope we don't forget. Next up, we have Ted and Robin. I know you hate them.
I also
He's writing it down in foul dog shite as we speak.
I put them.
Are you?
I was around there. I'd put them slightly better than Ross and Rachel, just because I prefer them just as characters slightly more than Ross and Rachel. But they're also my least favorite characters.
I don't think they're great together, but I get why they're together.
Yeah, I watched a video recently about How I Met Your Mother just because I wanted to rewatch How I Met Your Mother and didn't want to. But someone explained it very well, where the entire show, so I don't know if you know this, the ending was filmed very early on. So the kids didn't grow up. So that's why they had it set in stone. But then they spent so much time working how Ted and Robin don't work together.
Yeah.
So then it was so annoying when they switched that.
Right.
So them, they literally cannot be a high tier because they are literally not meant for one another in every single way, shape, or form.
That ending, we've talked about this multiple times, but they wrote themselves into a corner. That's what they say. Is we had the ending from season 1 or some shit, right? I could think of at least 1,000 ways you could write it differently.
Yeah.
By which I mean their explanation was, well, we filmed it with the kids years ago, and it ends with, oh, go get Robin or whatever. Just don't show the kids.
Yeah.
Just show Ted what you do, and just say that's how I met your mother, and then leave it there. Show the kids grown up, and it can be a funny little nod, this story took a long time.
That'd be such an easy way to do it.
Yeah, or just you didn't have to put that in. Or the kids go get Robin. He's like, no. She married my best friend.
Yeah.
My second best friend. I think they're divorced. I don't know. And you call her Aunt Robin. I'm not marrying your aunt.
Yeah.
Weirdo. So many aunts in that show. I don't know. When I first watched as a kid, I liked them together. But I think I only like them because it's not like I formed a judgment on my own. It's because the show told me that they should be together.
And
so
when they're together, you like them together in most situations. Yeah.
So, are you feeling dog shit or
I'm
foul dog shit?
I think they're better than Ross and Rachel.
Okay.
Like, they at least, while they're not a good fit with one another, they are still, like, better when they're together.
Okay. Foul or dog shit. Next up, Robin and Barney. They're
this
better
is an
than...
interesting one. Much better.
But they're not great.
They're very good together, but a part of that is how effed up they both are.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know, is it a toxic relationship?
I don't think their relationship is... I guess there is the whole part where they fought really aggressively.
Yeah.
But a big part in the show is...
Don't they get fat?
That was the first time they did.
I know.
Yeah. But they do.
But that's fine.
But then
you
the
can
next
be
time...
fat in a relationship.
After they both, like, were willing to accept each other with flaws. So they knew the other one wasn't perfect, and they were okay with that.
Right.
But Robin was hesitant about that, and that's why she stayed with the therapist dude. Because he saw her as perfect.
Cal Penn?
Yeah. So even though she wasn't, he saw her as better than what she is, and she wanted to be that person, so that's why she stayed.
Interesting.
And that's why I think she asked the same question to both of them, and you get two different answers. And Barney's like, because you're just as effed up as I am.
Does he say that?
Something like that. I
You're
wouldn't say verbatim.
Dog shit.
He's like, why
as
do you
I
want
am.
me? Why do you want to stay? Like, why do you want to date me? And he's like, because you're just like, you're like me.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like, you're not. I don't think of you that way.
You know one of my favorite quotes from Community is? This is relevant. But
I'm sure it is.
Jeff is talking to Troy. I think it's at the episode where it's that weird dance and they're doing a pageant for Greendale. And both Britta and Slater are in it.
Yeah.
And, is that her name?
Professor Slater?
Okay. Because I said Slater, my brain went to Slater from Archer. And I was like, that can't be right.
No, it's right. It's him, actually.
And Jeff is saying, and again, I think it's to Troy, he says, Slater makes me feel like how I do when I make my New Year's resolutions, but Britta makes me feel like how I am 3 weeks after those resolutions and I'm back to where I am. And I like that contrast.
Yeah.
Between, like, because when you're engaging in a relationship, or not engaging with, but when you're considering, like, what do I want? On one hand, you have, like, okay, I want someone that pushes me to improve. Like, I want to aspire to be better. Mm-hmm. And then another person is like, well, I want to be happy where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, I want to feel content and not complacent because it has a negative connotation to it. But, like...
Yeah, that's a perfect example. That's the exact same situation.
Because there's a comfort in not feeling like you're terrible. Like, Jeff and Britta, they wouldn't have worked out. They didn't work out. But, like, that feeling of, like, oh, like... You know, you want to do better, but when you fail, you're still supported. Things like that. That's good. I don't know. Robin and Barney, I'd give like a C.
I think I would put them on par with Dwight and Angela.
What do we give them? B?
A B.
Really?
I don't think I'd say that they're worse than Dwight and Angela because I think they're a better fit.
Dwight and Angela
have their flaws, obviously. I just don't end it. Shit. We're ignoring the ending.
We are, I guess. Okay, put them at B then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next up, Ted and Tracy.
I was curious if you would mention them, and this is complicated.
A.
I agree. I think they're phenomenal together.
Again,
Tracy's amazing.
Yeah, this is, I guess, kind of like the Michael Scott and Holly thing.
Yeah.
She's written to be perfect for him, but I think it's in a different way. At least it felt different to me than Holly and Michael, where to just feel like a cheap, like, okay, this is like a archetypical person.
Yeah, it's like Holly's a carbon copy of Michael in many ways.
Tracy's like a complementary figure.
Exactly.
Yeah. But again, I give an S, but I don't like Ted.
Yeah, and I think the fact we see him a little bit together, and like the end scene with them meeting for the first time, really incredible.
Yeah.
Like that is just shows their chemistry so well.
Yeah.
So good job, actress and actor.
Kristen Milotti, her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Josh Radnor.
Yeah.
Something like that. Sorry if those were wrong. But no, I love them. I kind of agree. I don't think you can put them S. But
yeah, I wouldn't give them S. Next up, we have a few The Good Place choices.
Let's go.
We have Eleanor and Chidi.
Nice.
Again, I have not seen all of this show yet, but I will. Maybe Rhys will use his chit on that.
I thought about that. How does it work with me just saying finish shows? I guess it's one season, so that's works with a singular.
If you say finish this show, I have to do it. Because finish implies I've started it.
Okay.
And that means I can get through it. Yeah.
I might. Does that give me full power over this?
Yeah.
I'm putting a mess tier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, sorry. I meant about the Eleanor and Chidi specifically.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Yeah, they are so good together. You get to see them obviously fall out of love. Not fall out, but meet each other constantly because they keep getting their memories wiped.
Right.
One or the other or both. And you just see them grow, find each other again, be happy. Some shit happens. They forget everything.
Yeah.
And they do it over and over
it's
and over
again. It's a recurring romance.
Yeah, and it's just always done so well. And you haven't seen season 4, so there's a specific part that I can't talk about because I don't want to spoil it.
They kiss for the first time.
They do.
It's gross.
No, but you've seen the end of season 3, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been years. What happens at the end of season 3? I have not seen the season where they're back in the real world.
I can't talk about this either.
That's fine. Moving on.
There are 2 scenes show their relationship insanely well, very emotional.
Okay.
They're great.
I'll get there. Jason and Tahani.
I think they're very fun.
They're fun, but they're not right for each other.
Not really. It's interesting dynamic of having a dumbass and the smartest being in the universe together.
Is she the smartest being in the universe?
Pretty much. She's omnipotent, I think.
Tahani?
Oh my god.
Janet's our next one.
I'm thinking of Janet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tahani's not the smartest being in the universe. She's
I was
great, though.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I genuinely am like, well, you spoiled something for me that she becomes.
No.
Do you think Jason's the dumbest character in all of TV history?
We've discussed
It's either
this.
him or Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
There are a lot of really dumb kid show characters that might have it.
I don't know if that counts.
Bill from Bill and Mandy.
I don't know if that counts because they're children.
Okay.
Wait, is Bill the little boy with the gross nose?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that would count. Okay, we'll do an episode on that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fun thing to talk about, but he might be.
Jason and Tahani.
Yeah, I don't like them together.
They're fine. See?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm more interested in talking about Jason and Janet, obviously.
They're great together.
Yes, they're phenomenal.
I don't know why that makes so much sense.
And like I just said on accident,
yeah,
it's very nice having the smartest being in the
and
universe
the dumbest character
and the dumbest
in TV
character ever.
history.
So I don't think I'd put him like an S tier kind of thing, but I would put him pretty high.
High A or B? High B?
Low A.
Low
maybe
A?
high B.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
I haven't seen enough of the show to really.
Yeah, I'm trying
I'd
to
give him a
think.
B, but that's just because I've not seen
I'll
much of it.
accept that, and I feel bad because I can't think of much to say about them outside of the fact that they're just so
Yeah. So are Tahani and Jason though.
they're interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Brockmire and Jules. S.
Oh,
maybe not because they don't make it work until the very last episode and they get married. I haven't finished that show. I've not seen the final
haven't watched
episode.
the last 2.
Okay.
So I can't just.
They
this is your
work
full control.
so goddamn well together. They're really good for each other, but they also have a lot of conflict because variety of things. But this is a spoiler. Do you mind?
I don't care.
I already said that they get together in the last episode. Yeah. So in the last season, they reconnect. They, kind of start, being together again. Brockmire finds out he has Parkinson's and is going to die soon. Or that, maybe it's not Parkinson's. I don't know what it is, but it's a ailment that will leave him basically needing 24/7 care.
Oh.
And he tries to, sever himself from her life because he doesn't want to put that onto her, which for him he feels like, oh, this is like a good thing to do, even though I want to be with this person, I love her, like I'm not going to subject her to that. And then she's like, fuck you, no. And Brockmire in this whole speech says, we never have the right time. And then Jules is like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, maybe not, but like we can change that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you make it the right time.
Yeah, and then they get married real quick. Then I haven't finished it, so maybe they both explode.
That would be a very interesting ending.
Yeah, it would.
I would love to see that.
So I wouldn't give maybe a high A.
Okay, again, it's completely up to you.
And they're both toxic people, but they work together well. They're not they're morally they're very complicated individuals. They're not actively harmful towards any people, but I don't know, I think they work well together.
Yeah, I don't remember what Jules looks like, so I can't picture that.
But you remember what
physically together? I remember what Brockmire looks like.
Remember how ripped Brockmire is for no reason?
No.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on.
Okay.
Hank Azaria Bod. Hank Azaria Bod.
We put him in A.
Yes.
They're amazingly fitting. Oh, I forgot about category
Is there a Brockmire
names.
movie coming out?
Is there?
Who cares?
About Community Man. I know it's coming out. I'm so quite excited.
Okay. Look up for
I have
this?
Peacock.
Brockmire Naked Run.
That's very interesting.
You remember that?
Was it? What season was that early on?
He's running naked around a baseball field.
Oh, I've done that before.
No, you haven't.
You don't know that. You don't know
I follow you everywhere. Okay, I can't find a photo. I'll send it to you later.
I'll just rewatch the show because I need to do that anyway.
Great show. Next up, and this is a show that neither of us have seen entirely, but I think we can confidently.
Atlanta?
I've won for Atlanta. Well, what's it called? Modern Family.
Oh, yeah.
Phil and Claire?
This is going to be a difficult one.
Honestly, all the relationships I've seen in this show, all the parent ones, I think are at least an A.
I agree.
Phil and Claire, great together. I'd give that either an S or an A. Mitch and Cam, either an S or an A.
I hate Cam.
Which one's Cam? The non-redhead?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very toxic.
For him? Or just in general? Okay. This is also...
I haven't seen the entire show, but there is a thing where he fakes telling all his friends that Hitch broke up so that he can get the friends on his side, just to show that they're his friends.
Or put him down at put them at a B.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him really low because
those two were also at like
number
one or like top 5 for a lot of lists I found.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the entire show, so maybe we would like them more if we had.
But Gloria and Jay, confusing. I don't. I mean, it seems like they're good together.
Yeah.
I'd give them an A or a B.
Where do we go on Phil and Claire?
Just give them an S or an A. Flip a coin.
I'll put them in.
Did you bring a coin?
No.
Okay, then put them in A.
You do a flip. If you land it, it'll be an S. If you miss it,
remember I did a flip when I was a kid?
No.
Maybe you were not. No, you were there.
Yeah, we were making... I'm a month younger than you.
We were making, what's it called? Homemade ice cream. And that's not really, it's relevant, but that's not why I did a flip. And then I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I can do a flip, like a standing flip. And she's like, okay, don't do it. And I'm like, why not? She's like, it's dangerous. I'm like, I'm going to do it. And she was like, if you do that, you don't get ice cream. And so I did a standing flip. And then I thought she'd be so impressed with my flip that she'd give me ice cream. And then she sent me to my room, and I cried for a long time. I've not done a flip since.
I tried one, and I failed and hit my knee.
Like a standing flip? Wow. You and I, that's just proof I'm a better athlete than you.
I just can't do the tuck thingy.
Well, I didn't land on my feet. I landed on my back.
You did?
Yeah.
So you did, wait, you went too far?
No, I went up.
And then just landed on your back.
Yeah, so basically I just did a...
You did less of a flip.
I did less of a flip, yeah.
I went up, and then I didn't get fully... I didn't tuck enough, so then I landed on my knee.
Okay, well, to be fair, I was, like, 6.
Yeah, this was, like, high school.
Okay,
my friends are trying to teach me.
Now we have some Brooklyn Nine-Nine ones.
Okay, I'm going to put... Where am I putting Phil and Claire?
Put them at A. Okay. People might be mad. We'll watch that show at some point, and we'll return to this.
Yeah, it's just too big of a commitment for me right now.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
really
Nine-Nine.
Holt and Kevin.
Great couple.
S, right?
Yeah. No, they're
perfect for each other.
I agree.
Again, written to be perfect for each other. Yeah.
And they also, you see them have fights, and they're realistic fights.
Yeah. All right, let's give them an S.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake and Amy.
Also S.
Okay, I don't disagree. Do you think we're talking about them enough?
I think
you watch
there's
tier
certain
lists,
couples we haven't talked about.
You watch
very
tier
often.
list videos.
I do.
How often do they go into detail? Always, or just sometimes?
I feel like they talk about every single one, but like obviously some have more detail.
Is it kind of like just latitudes? That's not the right word.
Sure.
They're just saying like, so Jake and Amy, they started out both cops, and then they went on a date, and then they banged, and then they got married. Then they had a kid named John McClane.
I feel like they just rationalize. I don't know if rationalize is the right word.
The rationalization.
Yeah, why they do it. It may be like
honestly, we're better at tier lists, so it doesn't matter
about why or not. Like they might be debating between two, and they're thinking out loud about it.
Okay,
I would put them above almost every single couple we have in S tier besides.
Really?
Marshall.
You put them above Jim and Pam?
I would. I love Jake and Amy together.
Why? Rationalize, Rhys.
Rationalize. Let me think. I might be biased because I prefer Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I know you do, but like, I'm not saying I disagree.
Them. Like, I immediately started rooting for them getting together, which I mean everyone did for Jim and Pam too.
What's that guy? What's that? Michael Schur? He writes really great romances.
Yeah, and it just works really well. Their arc and Jake's arc throughout the show. You haven't seen the last episode.
No, I haven't seen the last season.
Told you. Sorry, that's what I meant.
I don't.
Season.
How does he get shot by his son? Does he do a Die Hard?
He does do a Die Hard. I forget when.
You know what's crazy about Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
What?
That Jake Peralta isn't the most obnoxious human in the world. The fact that people don't hate him, because like I feel like if I talk about him and his like, it's a credit to Andy Samberg's charisma.
Yeah.
But that person would be so goddamn intolerable to work with, to look at, to watch. Yeah. But he's not. That's very impressive. Like him. Yeah.
And I think his big thing was he didn't want kids. I believe. I think he didn't want kids. Amy wanted kids, and then they had a fight about that because.
This isn't the last season?
This was second to last.
I was like, I've seen.
His big thing is his dad was terrible, and his dad's dad was terrible, so he was afraid.
Yeah.
And so they had an argument about it. She was essentially said, if I'm not going to have kids with you, I have to start over and find someone else. And then they work that out, and then he ends up leaving the force to raise their kid.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Because Amy had got her dream job, and he wanted to make sure she could.
What's her dream job? Whatever Colt was, captain.
Yeah, she became captain in a different place. And then so he had to step down so that they could handle having the kid as well. So he leaves it so that he can raise it. And it's so good.
Okay, she's a better cop anyway.
She is.
In terms of cops, Jake's one of the worst. He's very...
in terms of
he's got good
detectiveness.
He has good intuition, but he's a boyish buffoon.
Yes. He's not good for, like...
he's not a bad whatever he is.
He's probably better
a detective, right?
Yeah, he's probably better
than Boyle.
Detective at, like, finishing... How do I phrase this?
He's the Deadpool of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Because Deadpool's really good at whatever like being an assassin... being a, what's it called? Hitman?
Yeah.
But he just doesn't care. He doesn't focus.
Yeah.
If he applied himself, Wolverine even said that if Deadpool could focus, he'd be like more efficient than Wolverine is.
Yeah, I think Amy's a lot more
Wolverine.
She's much better
she
at
smokes.
her job, would do better at command.
Yeah.
And she might not be as great of a detective, but she's a much better employee.
Right. Interesting. All right, what do we put him at? S?
I would.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm going to say they're about the same detective. Like, that was their bet, is who could finish more cases, and Jake won.
Yeah.
But it was very close, so they're probably on par with one another.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ben and Leslie.
Aw, I love them.
Yeah. S.
I agree.
When I first watched this show in high school, I loved them so much.
Yeah.
Like, they're, again, very perfect for each other. You can understand why they have that famous quote or saying in their wedding vows to each other, like, I love you and I like you. Is that them?
That was that.
Yeah.
That was them. And I agree. That's a great point.
That is a really, like, that is important for a relationship. Are there any in this where they love each other but they don't like each other?
Ross and Rachel.
Yeah. That's one of them. Ted and Robin. Ted and Robin.
They tolerate each other. They're
probably
good friends.
Yeah. But I give them a solid S. Next up,
I agree with you.
April and Andy.
I wrote that down before you said it because they're obviously the next couple.
Did you write them in
And
S?
when I realized...
Are you writing down all the people we do?
Yeah, just for the hell of it.
Okay. I can send you this note. Man.
No, I've committed to this.
I know you have, but...
When I remembered them, because I forgot them, which might not be a good sign about what I'm about to say, they might be my favorite couple.
Of all time?
Of all time.
What about...
I kind of forgot about them.
Okay.
And they're the old... I think until... Like, they're the one I always go back and forth with Marshall and Lily about which one's my favorite.
Oh, so this is going to be a hefty argument.
Yeah, because they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they're so entertaining, and they're so perfect for one another.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, put them in S.
I rooted for... Yeah.
We'll get to that argument later.
So much.
Okay, this one is going to be you exclusively.
Also, I have a couple, if I can say it real quick.
Go ahead. You have a couple, like
one
couple, or
one singular
a few
couple from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Is it Boyle and?
No, I don't care.
Is it Rosa and what's his face? Is it Gina and herself in the mirror?
I should. It's
Terry.
I'm forgetting their name. I like Terry.
How am I forgetting this?
What are the Hitchcock and Scully?
You want to do them?
I want to do that.
I was gonna say, should we do?
They're fun.
Well, we could do a.
That could be a separate one.
I was gonna say
like
we should do
buddy.
a bromance.
Okay.
Like one
We'll
of
do
our
that for that
options
one.
is best duos in TV history, because a lot of people would say like Troy and Abed are clearly in love with each other.
Yeah.
So like, but we're not. They're not on this list. We'll do another one for that.
Okay. But I did want to bring them up just because I love. They're a great
Yeah.
friendship.
Fleabag and Hot Priest. I don't know. I've not seen this show.
I'm ready. I don't remember his name. Andrew, I think.
I was going to say, does he get named in this?
He does
No,
get
Fleabag
named.
doesn't.
This is a hard one because I don't want to spoil the ending.
Oh yeah, we can skip this.
The ending's great.
I bet.
Watch Fleabag.
Is that your chit?
I'm debating it because
that
I
your
also
chit?
want you to watch The Good Place.
I could watch
it's not my
BoJack.
chit. I don't
Okay.
care. I don't care enough about BoJack.
Also, that'd be rude to throw that up onto me.
Yes.
Forcefully.
I'm debating between The Good Place and Fleabag because I didn't realize you hadn't watched the third season.
I've watched part of it.
No,
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
I could watch.
But I think
You could be really rude
Good Place.
over Fleabag.
Yeah.
And you just can't make up your mind.
No, I haven't.
Well,
I have
okay,
a
we'll
list.
skip this one. We have enough couples to do a sequel at some point. A sequel episode.
Yeah.
Next up, Penny and Leonard from The Big Bang Theory.
I don't care.
I mean, look, they're not dog shit.
Yeah.
They're not foul dog shit.
They're obviously the
I don't give a
the
shit
Ted and Robin
though.
of
They
the
don't.
Big Bang Theory, but I think they're better than those two couples.
And Ted and Robin.
And Ross and Rachel.
Oh yeah, they're fine. They're written. This one feels cheap to me. Again, having not seen all of The Big Bang Theory, this one feels like it just had to happen. I don't know if they're good together. I don't understand why anyone would ever fall in love with anyone in that show.
I kind of agree.
Let's give them a C,
I'll
right?
give it- I think C's a good pick. That's with Jason and Tahani. Do you agree? They're on the
They're
same.
worse than that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Sheldon and Amy. See, this is interesting because all my previous points remain, but they're perfect for each other.
They're perfect. They're very
Even
fitting.
though-
Again, they're written to be perfect for one another.
So I'd give them a B. People
I'll
might
accept
argue that. It's like an A or an S even,
Yeah.
but I think I mentioned this on the show, but there's an episode that I saw way back when where it's like, oh, the new Star Wars is coming out and Sheldon's going to go opening night, but then he decides not to go because Amy wants to, or he finally decided that he wants to make love to Amy. And it's like a big moment. And I'm like, first of all, that's dumb. Second of all, like I know it's a gesture to Amy, but if they were actually perfect for each other, Amy would say, and I don't want to speak for her, but she should have said like, hey, I appreciate that you finally want to be physical with me, but go watch Star Wars and then later, you know?
Yeah, you can do both. It's very easy.
And, like, I guess you could still say, like, oh, you can see Star Wars tomorrow, but, like, going opening night probably means a lot to Sheldon. And I know getting to make love, yeah.
You get him in a good mood, and then you guys
So, what do
have
we
fun.
say, B?
Yeah, I put him in B.
Ugh.
Do you have a next Howard?
No, I forgot about them.
I don't care
B.
about them.
Just B. They're better than Penny and Leonard, probably. But I kind of forgot about them. I saw an episode the other day. Well, I saw part of it. Someone was watching it. But they were going to, like, I don't know, like a hotel or resort or something. And then Bernadette runs into, like, a professor of hers who she later dated. But he's, like, 6'6". And then Howard's like, oh, I'm little. Like, I bet he was big in the sack. And then Bernadette's like, I'm fucking dating you. Or they might have been married.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing. And I just thought to myself, man, what short people are like, I wouldn't know. All right, next up, who I actually wrote down, Amy and Jonah from Superstore.
Oh, I thought this was continuing the Big Bang Theory, and I'm like, who the hell's Jonah?
Yeah, I don't know. We're done with the Big Bang Theory.
Okay. I like them.
I think they're really great
for the
together.
most part, I didn't finish the show.
We should do that. Let's give them an A.
Okay.
No, or a high B. No, let's give them an A.
Okay. I think people also like them a lot.
They're one of my favorite couples.
Yeah,
I'd say they'd be in the, like, I don't know, top 100, easy.
Top 100. I
Yeah.
agree.
All right, this one I don't know. Ern and Van from Atlanta.
I don't remember Atlanta.
Okay, well, they have a child together. This is the most real world.
Is Ern the?
Ern's Donald Glover.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think it's Vanessa, but they call her Van. Vanessa is
yeah.
Zazie Beats. Zazie?
Domino.
Yeah. I mean, they're good together. This is a real world couple. Like,
that is very
through
true.
and through. Like, they love each other, but they also hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they hate, like, certain traits about each other, but they want to make it work for the kid. Not just because of the kid, and they're actively, like, putting in the effort. Mm-hmm. And I think that's good. I think it's good to see a accurate representation of how couples are in real life, instead of just being written perfectly for each other.
And that's always better. When you do see fighting, you do see the fact that they're not just, like, think the other one's completely perfect, even though obviously when you're in a relationship, like,
at least at first, usually.
Yeah. And
I don't know.
There are going to be couples out there who do, like, maybe aren't in that position where they're constantly fighting, and that's fine.
I'd say 95% of real world couples, in terms of our tier list, would get a B. Well, would get a B at most.
Yeah.
There are very few that are an A, and even less. I can think of one that I put in an S, and it's you and me. Couple of real good dudes.
Yeah,
No, our aunt and uncle. Like, they're the only one where I'm like, I get that. Yeah. Well, not that I get that, but, like,
no.
I think they're, like, it's just perfect.
Yeah, they...
I mean, I'm sure
they're high school sweethearts, right?
Yeah.
Or are they just college? Okay.
No, they met... If you're out there,
listen to
Abby
this.
and Barrett,
hey, guys.
I'm going to spoil your love story for the world. They have their very first meeting on film because our other uncle, Jeff, was at, like, a soccer game or some sports shit with Barrett's brother, I think, and they won something, so they were, like, recording, like, a medal ceremony, and then you see Barrett, like, walking up and standing next to Abby, and then from there on, that's the rest of history.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So, Ern and Van, let's give them a B.
Okay.
Next up, Wanda and Vision. That's a sitcom.
Nice.
They're really good together. They're written to be good together.
I don't know if I'd put them at S.
No, let's give them an A.
Okay. No, I feel like I don't have much to say about it. It's complicated, especially in WandaVision, because, you know...
Not alive.
Yeah.
Not real.
That complicates things.
And she could technically make him perfect in
her.
understanding and, like, everything. But
no, they're fun. I like them.
I think they're good
see
together.
Them in Infinity War, which is kind of the main time you see them
It's
together.
the only time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he gets murdered.
Yeah, that was an awesome scene. He got murdered. Next, we're on to dramas. Loki and Sylvie.
I'm just going to make a category.
We only have 2 Marvel ones.
Well, I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
Loki and Sylvie is so...
I'm going to give that an S.
Interesting.
But also, it doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't, and they only really, like, love them in season 1. They don't really have a relationship like that in season 2.
No, I mean, he
fine.
says goodbye to her.
Yeah.
Maybe
They clearly care a lot about one another.
It's perfect that they're together. It makes so much, like, out of every character, except for Deadpool, I guess, to fall in love with a version of yourself makes a lot of sense for Loki.
It does, and I agree. Deadpool would. Maybe not fall
Deadpool
in love,
has.
but would.
Yeah. What do you think? A?
I would.
Or would you give it like a B? Or should we not do this one because I guess it technically didn't. It is more of a subplot.
We have Jason and Tahani, which is also
okay. Then let's give them whatever you decide.
Okay. Well, who do you like it better than Wanda and Vision?
I'd say on par. We get more WandaVision.
Okay, I'll put them together.
Okay. Man, wouldn't that be a really silly double date?
A goofball. Wanda with her literally made to exist husband, and then Loki with himself.
Yeah. Huey and Starlight from The Boys.
Oh my god! Of course. I couldn't picture what Starlight was from.
Thought you were just thinking really hard about what you do.
I don't know.
I like them a lot together.
I like them until I think it was Huey becomes kind of a dumbass.
Huey does. So I think in the first season, one reason they get together is Starlight is used to like guys being either impressed or intimidated. Not impressed, intimidated by how powerful she is. Yeah. Because that's like it is a thing that a lot of men experience is they don't want to feel inferior to anyone, especially a woman, which is not good. Like just be what you are, and it's okay to, not be as powerful as a superhero. Yeah. And Huey's like, no, I fucking love this shit. Like, you could snap me in half. It's great. But then later on, he kind of changes tune, where he's like, he takes Temp V just to be like, well, I want to protect you. And she's like, I don't need protecting. But he's like, you do, though. To
be fair, she definitely needs protection from Homelander.
Oh, yeah.
Homelander would snap her in half easily.
Everyone needs protection in that show.
Yes.
No one's safe.
Yes. But I do agree. They kind of. I do like weird them. Change in Huey.
I think I really like them together, and I think it's a strange change, but I think it makes sense. It's a natural progression, and I think they did kind of get through it. I imagine that unless one or both of them get exploded, they'll probably end up together. Mm-hmm. So I give them like either a high B or a low A.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Okay, let's do high B then.
Okay. Huey.
And this one is maybe me projecting a little bit, but because I don't think they're not officially in a relationship. But Frenchie and Kimiko, they're perfect for each other.
I agree.
They're so cute,
and
they're understanding of each other.
Had a thing for a little bit.
No, she kissed him, and then he got kidnapped and stripped down and tied to a pole.
It sucks.
Yeah, but then she gets taken there, and then she murders a man. Then she takes permanent V again. But I think when we first meet her, Kimiko, she's been kind of beat down and like. She's been broken, so she does not trust anyone. And Frenchie gets through to her. He's very like calm and caring, and again, a credit to that actor whose name I don't know, but like he does a really great job at being like, oh, you would like trust this guy.
Yeah.
He's very like his presence is calming, and then from there it builds on. Like he's kind of the only one that she trusts entirely. So I'd give them an A or an S. What do you think?
I want to say A,
but your heart says give them an S
because there's more room. On the thing.
Okay, yeah.
But I do think that I might put a S, and even I feel like I could see them getting together season 4.
I think one of them's gonna die, probably Frenchie. I don't actually know. I
could see him getting together season 4, and then him dying. But I do like him a lot. I'd be fine with S, honestly. I could just put it a little bit.
No, put it at A. It's fine because I think there's room for them to grow and get better.
But that's all relationships.
All right, now we have the Deep and Timothy.
Fish.
The octopus.
The octopus. S+.
Okay.
No, that's weird. I don't like it.
You don't like? I thought you'd laugh your little butt off.
I did laugh it.
I thought this would be the funniest thing.
I fell out of my chair. You didn't see that?
No, because you didn't. I've been here the whole time.
No, he's winking, guys.
I'm not winking.
He's winking. You guys didn't hear
the Deep and Timothy. We'll just skip that one. It's fine. I thought that'd be funny.
No, it is funny. Oh wait, I put Deep in Fish. I forgot his name when you said it, so I wrote down Fish.
You wrote down Fish?
Yeah.
Fish and Timothy.
No, I wrote the Deep in Fish. I didn't write the Deep as a fish.
I just wrote Fish.
Fish.
I have a few notes that I'm supposed to... I wrote down, ask Rhys about sex education. The show, not the birds and the bees talk.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't prepared to give that to you.
Okay. Is there anyone in there that we should consider? I haven't seen that show.
Do you want me to spoil it a little bit?
I'm never going to watch that show. It
Otis
seems
and Maeve,
unpleasant.
They're the, like, will they, won't they?
Which one's Otis?
Main character. Butterfield dude.
Asa Butterfield?
Asa Butterfield, thank you. And then Maeve is Emma Mackey.
Okay.
She's great. Love both of them. Otis, kind of a dick at times.
Okay.
Maeve, great character. I think they got forced to finish it, like have the end of the season show be season 4.
Okay.
I can't remember, but they kind of have a bunch of issues season 4, and then they figure it out, a breakup at the end.
Okay.
So
should we include them at all?
But I would put them like an A.
Okay, go ahead.
You root for them the entire show.
Should I watch Sex Education?
It's a good show. It's a really good
show. I don't think I'd like it.
I think you might.
Is it like actually good?
Yes. This is season 4.
I do
has
not.
A lot of annoying characters.
You know this about me, but I do not like high school shows.
Yeah.
I don't mean shows for high schoolers. I mean this one is. I imagine.
Yeah.
But I don't like shows set in high school because they're always like super overly dramatic and like not. The only one I really like is Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
And I guess Stranger Things, but I didn't watch season 3 through whatever they're at.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay.
It does have one of the best character arcs.
Is it Otis?
No.
Is it Otis's mom?
No.
Is it Otis's dad?
No.
Is it Otis's brother?
Wait, he technically does at the end. Yeah.
What? I knew it. Okay, I also have a question.
I can't remember if it's a brother or a sister.
Ask Rhys about Ted Lasso.
Don't want to, because no one ends up together, I guess.
Like, yeah, but
we have other couples that haven't ended up together.
What's his face?
Ron and Roy.
Roy and Juno Temple.
Roy and Keeley.
And then also Keeley and the other Roy.
Keeley and Jamie.
Yeah. Jamie.
Jamie Tart. Yeah, not great together.
No.
Not great.
What about Roy and Jamie?
Roy and Jamie, great together.
Not Roy.
Not Roy and Jamie, phenomenal together. No, I like them together at the end because they become buds. But Roy and Keeley, great together.
Okay.
Don't end together. But I would put them high.
That's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be like, they're an Otis and Maeve kind of thing, where they're great. They're really good together. They have their issues. You root for them. It doesn't work out for reasons you understand.
Yeah, okay. Then whatever. Those are the only ones I have to ask you about.
Okay.
I guess that 70s show.
Oh, yeah, I'll...
Defer?
I won't defer. I was going to say, one of the picks that our sister made when we asked her was Red and Kitty, and that is a great pick. Red and Kitty are definitely S tier, because they're the parents of the like, friend group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're really fun to watch. They always, like, help each other out. They're always there for each other. They fight, obviously, but... They're another very realistic couple.
Okay, then you put them wherever you feel.
Yeah,
I've not seen that show.
I'll go with our sister Brecklin because that's what she picked, and I agree. The rest of the couples in it, I would put like middle. Like Donna and Eric, they're fine. You like them when they're together. They have their shit. I would put them. I'm gonna write them down at like E or C. I'll be honest. Everyone with Mila Kunis, all her relationships, all C.
Not good.
Like you have ones you like more than the other,
but they're not great.
They're not great.
Okay. What about Homer and Marge? You haven't seen much Simpsons.
I haven't. So
they're good
I'll
together.
Give that to you.
I'm gonna go low A.
Low A? Okay.
Like I don't really know what to say about it. They're not good. Marge is a great parent. Homer tries really hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm. They're like a better.
It's like you
Lois
understand why they're together. Yeah, Lois and Peter is the next one. Peter and Lois have to give like a C.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's not really much to say. Peter's a terrible person, terrible dad.
I don't understand. Just like the Big Bang Theory, why anyone would ever fall in love with that person.
Yeah.
And he's written to be that way. It's not like that was an accident.
No. And Lois is, she's not a great person either, I will say.
No, but she deserves better than Peter.
She does.
Like Brian. What did you end up putting Homer and Marge at? Low A?
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we have in so far?
Ross and Rachel.
Okay. Next up, we have Jerry and Beth. That's an F.
Oh.
From Rick and Morty.
From Rick and Morty, yes.
That's an F.
Are they?
Yes.
They're not a D?
I mean, no.
You don't like Jerry and Beth? No, I'm with you.
I mean, I like them as characters, but they do not work together
they're
at all.
They're terrible together.
They are canonically the worst couple in the universe. Remember they go to that...
Oh.
That guy hasn't seen every couple, but they go to that thing, that marriage counseling thing, and they fucking destroy it because...
Because of how bad they are?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I feel like Peter and Lois are maybe not that bad.
I mean, I like Jerry and Beth as characters more, but as a couple, they're not good together at all.
Okay. I can see where you're coming from.
Beth and Beth are better. What about Beth and Jerry?
No. I don't like Jerry being in that.
No.
Keep it as Beth.
He doesn't deserve it.
This is a Loki and Sylvie situation.
Okay, next up, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Again, this one's going to be you.
I love them together. In the show.
Okay.
I don't know if I put them at an S.
All right.
But maybe an A, like low A.
I could pay that.
Pay that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of the show?
First season.
Yeah, I think it's end
maybe
of season
some
2
of second season
is when they get together.
I know people are mad that how could you do that to Kite Man? Which
Kite Man's a terrible person.
Is he?
Yeah, like you grow to like him because he grows as a character. I will say, but when you meet him and when he's interacting with Poison Ivy in the beginning, he is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's a very, like, I want to say he was misogynistic. Or maybe he was just hitting on her a lot and was really, like, gross.
I think I saw the part where I have a memory in my head of Poison Ivy saying to someone, like, I like Kite Man. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah. Like they didn't make sense. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy work very well together, and they're obviously written like that, so that's a big part of why it works, but it just does. And, like, season 4, spoilers, I guess. This isn't a big spoiler, but, like, Harley is technically a hero in season 4.
Oh, I watched part of that when
you were watching it. And Poison Ivy is the big boss for the villains. So you kind of get to see, like, that dynamic of them trying to make that work, and it's still, like, it causing stress, but them still working well. And they support each other really well, so I'd give them, like, a solid A.
Okay, I can pay that.
Thanks.
Jonas and Marta from Dark. One of them is the other one's uncle or some shit. There's some weird connection there.
Marta is his aunt, but not the version that they technically end up together, even though they don't end up together technically.
Okay,
but like the cross universe spoilers, the cross universe version.
Their love transcends space and time and universes.
Yeah, but if I'm honest, I don't see that.
You don't
in the show.
see that?
I
see?
That's one of my only issue with Dark. I'm sure there's more, but
okay.
They are weird. Like that's a big like thing that's forced throughout the show.
Yeah.
You don't really see them have chemistry. You just know that they like each other, and they like that's it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They have small interactions, and you're like, okay, but you never see them like have really fun like
you
conversations.
You don't see the chemistry. You're told of the chemistry.
Yeah,
and you're told from both perspectives that they like the other.
Yeah, and it's still great. Like,
and you find out they're related.
Literal masterpiece of a show. But...
Should we put it in F just so people know we don't condone incest? Jerry and Beth. They're definitely.
Does Loki and Sylvie count?
No, it's a different universe. It's just masturbation, essentially.
Gross. Technically, I guess it is. I'm putting it in D.
Okay.
Because I like them better than Ross and Rachel.
Okay. What about Walter and Skylar from Breaking Bad?
That has to be pretty low, right?
It's gotta be either a C or a D.
Yeah.
It's not.
She tries.
And
Walter sucks.
They kind of like, I don't know. Like, we don't get to see them before. We don't get to see why they fell in love and stuff. I mean, we get hints of and kind of whatnot. But
like a couple flashbacks, but they're very short.
Yeah, I mean, she cheats on him, but he
deserves it.
Yeah, no, he does deserve it.
Not to condone cheating. Obviously, cheating is a horrible thing to do.
But if your partner is
dealer,
murdering people and making a lot of meth and selling it to people,
and keeping it a secret and endangering your entire family,
go cheat on whoever if you're doing that. If they're doing that, I'd say D.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Hank and Marie.
Still better than Ross and Rachel.
That's Hank and Marie. I think
they're very good together.
Yeah, they're really good together, and you understand why she's so sad when he gets murdered.
Yeah, I like Hank. Obviously obnoxious in the beginning.
No, Hank's the worst.
Pretty good character at the end.
Yeah.
So
B.
B.
Okay.
Right. What's their names? Hank
and Marie. All right. What about the Deep and Timothy?
Well, that's
we've circled back.
Been over this.
Okay. Bob and Linda from Bob's Burgers. S.
Okay, I agree with you.
Best parents in TV history, probably. At least in animation.
We have not to jump ahead. Are there other Bob's Burger people?
No.
Are these like more one-offs now?
We're just on one-offs. Why?
Do you have Archer?
No, we should do that.
Yeah. That one's complicated.
Yeah. No, he ends up going to live with Barry and Katya. They're in a cyborg together, and Archer is.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Great ending.
But they do work well. They're terrible people, both of them. But they work together. I rooted for them. I understand it. I'd give them like a B.
Okay. Like this might not be the best comparison, but it's kind of like a Brockmire.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like I think.
What did I give them? An S?
A. Which I would still put them at B. I wouldn't say they're like the same level, having not watched them. But
okay. Next up.
Oh yeah, Archer and Lana.
Yeah, Diane and the dog from BoJack. What's his name?
Oh, they're not good together.
Well, I don't know. What's his name?
It's not you said dog. Mr. Peanut Butter.
Who are you thinking?
I was thinking
Do they date Diane and BoJack?
I think I know that.
They probably, yeah.
They might do stuff together.
What about so Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter?
They make things work. I would give them like a high C, low B.
Okay.
I don't have much to say.
Give him a high C then.
It's been a while since I've watched BoJack.
Well, didn't the dog buy her like a Cinderella ball pit or something, and she was upset? Which fair enough.
Yeah.
Because that was her dream, but then he just gives it to her. And there's a really funny scene in that show where I think those two are gonna get into a fight, and they're in a limo or like a cab or something, and the dog is like, I don't want to get into a fight. You can turn on the radio, and the radio goes, and now for the new 21 Pilots song. And then the dog is like, okay, turn it off, and then they have the fight.
They break up.
Yeah.
And then
because one of them cheats on the other, right?
That's what I couldn't remember. Does he cheat on Diane with the dog?
No, he's the dog.
No, there's another dog.
I know.
I think he cheats on the dog. Diane.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
a whole thing.
But I wouldn't put him as a great couple.
What do we put him at? C? C's
C.
fine. All right, Leela and Fry.
I love them.
Yeah, they're really good together, and they have a really sweet ending, I've heard.
They do.
Good send-off.
Ignore the new season.
Yeah, I have not seen that either. So they get to do it over again. It's very nice.
It's very confusing because you do the show ends with this great send-off.
Yeah,
between them.
It's like Marta and Jonas, where their love transcends space and time and universe.
And so they've been lives and lives together.
Yeah. Do they even acknowledge that?
Like you see, they're still together, and they're a good couple.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, we've literally been married
for a millennia.
So long.
Yeah. Okay. I give him like an A.
I agree.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, and Fry and Leela.
All right, and this is the last one we have aside from the spoiler ones, but we won't do those because
we can do it another time
if you ever watch it, or we just decide to say fuck it. The Deep and Timothy.
Okay.
No, it's not. Samurai Jack and Ashi.
Ooh, I'm actually really happy you put that one. That's cool.
I love them together.
I do too.
And I was genuinely upset when she fades out of existence at their wedding.
Which obviously...
But I found out there's a Samurai Jack video game on the PlayStation that supposedly she's in and makes it so she doesn't disappear.
Oh.
And it might be canon. But I don't know.
Sure hope so. I mean, again, it makes sense why she would.
I really like those two together.
I do too.
So...
It's nice to see how she grows and changes, and then they just work.
Yeah. A, S.
I want to put him in S.
Then go ahead.
Mostly because there's more room in S.
Do we have more room in S now?
I know, I just have a little area I can write above it.
Okay.
No, but I do like him a lot, and I was saying, I was very sad with the end.
A-S-H-I.
Cool. I spelled it right.
So now we're on to our final segment.
Of S+. Who's the
of
best
the
couple?
Deep and Timothy.
I've already
We have to decide.
Okay.
Yeah, who is the all-time best couple? If we were doing a bracket...
Who would we have picked at the end?
And it would probably have ended up with Marshall and Lily versus April and Andy.
Finals. Would you agree? Like, would you have gotten them that far, though?
No. But I like them a lot. I haven't seen that show in a long time. I've seen him a lot more recently. Yeah. I really like April and Andy. I knew someone in high school who told me, like, that's their, like, all-time favorite couple. Mm-hmm. And then, I understood, like, I understand why, but I didn't agree. Then I watched The Office, and that's how I felt about Jim and Pam.
Okay.
But then since I, like, kind of, not soured on Jim and Pam, but, like, that initial kind of honeymoon phase for me has faded away, and I recognize that, what are their names? Marshall and Lily are probably...
better.
Yeah. And also, I think the one reason my brain never really picked them out is because it's not, like, novel at all. No. It's, like, established. It's like, when you think about one of them, you think about them both. Which you can say the same for a lot of these, I guess, but they're just so ingrained together within that show that, not that they, like, kind of fall to the wayside, but you don't see them come together, and, like, with Jim and Pam you do, so you get, like, that feeling of, watch this happen.
You technically see Marshall and Lily come together.
Yeah, but...
It's not the same, though.
At no point. Like, they're a constant.
Yeah. There's just a little time they were broken up, and then they had to fix that.
So who would you pit them up against?
Marshall and Lily?
Yeah. Would you do April and Andy?
I probably. Okay.
What about Kevin and Holt?
No.
What about...
I like Holt and Kevin. I'll read all the S tiers, and I think there's 2 I would put up against, but I might... Oh, there's 3 I'd put up against.
Okay. Who are they?
I do think Marshall and Lily might still win. But we have Jim and Pam, Monica and Chandler, Marshall and Lily, Eleanor and Chidi, Holt and Kevin, Jake and Amy, Ben and Leslie, Andy and April, Red and Kitty, Bob and Linda, Samurai Jack and Ashi, and Deep and Timothy.
Okay. So aside from the Deep and Timothy, who are the other 2 S tiers that you'd put up against Marshall?
I was gonna say Monica and Chandler. I'm gonna change that. I don't, because I would 100% Marshall and Lily.
Okay, so that'd just be an easy matchup.
Eleanor and Chidi.
I wouldn't be able to engage in that.
Jake and Amy.
No.
And Andy and April. Which Jake and Amy I think is kind of the same as Monica and Chandler.
They'd get trounced by that couple.
I think it would be those 3
in a fight, but in terms of coupleship.
Yeah, and they are similar. This is unrelated. Monica and Chandler and Jake and Amy.
That is
same archetypes, kind of getting together.
Okay.
Both work. That's it. That's just what I want.
So it's a ripoff, is what you're saying.
But Brooklyn Nine-Nine doesn't work.
Okay.
In my opinion.
So it's going to be April and Andy versus...
Most likely. Because I can't argue with Eleanor.
Who would you rather be your parents?
Marshall and Lily.
Who would you rather hang out with?
Andy and
Really? Okay.
But
but so are Marshall and Lily.
I think Marshall and Lily are much better. Not to knock the writers of Parks and Rec. Love that show. Love Andy and April together.
Who could you see growing old together? Can you see April and Andy growing old together? I can't.
Are you doing the porch test from How I Met Your Mother?
Apparently I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see them growing old together, but I feel like they wouldn't be old.
I feel like they'd end up dying.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because I kind of felt bad. But yeah, I think at least one of them would die in a...
No, I'm not gonna put up a fight. I'm gonna concede. As much as I love April and Andy, Marshall and Lily,
Yeah.
And you see them, so many more sides to them.
Yeah.
And it feels more now. I'm gonna go.
Okay. Are you only conceding because you beat me at that trilogy argument? Okay.
I'm too competitive to concede like that. If I agree with you.
Honestly, the only ones I think might like truly compete with Marshall and Lily in my mind. Maybe if I rewatched Parks and Rec, I'd feel differently.
Yeah.
But if I were to watch all of Modern Family, I feel like one of those.
I've heard Phil and Claire are great.
They are really great together.
Yeah, and they probably would end up as S tier.
They are the Marshall and Lily of that show.
Yeah.
What about Gloria and Jay? Initially I wrote the old guy, but I didn't remember his name.
Good. I've seen clips of Gloria kind of defending Jay and like when people give them shit about shit, but I always like that because then like you kind of get to see that it is a real relationship. Because almost everyone in the show is like, oh, it's just like a trophy wife. Like, oh, I think that's not what it is.
Yeah.
Like they actually care about one another, and that's nice to see. But I don't think
I wouldn't either. I'd say Phil and Claire would be the ones who would have gone up against Marshall and Lily. Again, haven't seen enough of that show to truly make a decision. They are good parents, though. Yeah. If we ever do a best parents of TV bracket or tier list, it'd probably end with them versus Bob and Linda.
Yeah.
For Blob's Burgers.
I think you'll feel different about Eleanor and Chidi if you finish it.
Okay. Would they be above?
I don't think they'd be above Marshall and Lily.
Who's a better ship name, though? Marshall. Lil Shul.
Eleanor and Chidi just don't go together.
LED. Eleanor. Cheedanor.
Okay. I guess that works.
April and Andy. That doesn't work. Andril.
That's
a real name.
Avery. Ambry.
Jake and Amy. Is that what we're doing? We're still doing April and Andy.
Well, Jamie would be Jake and Amy. So that's easily the best. So
or
as much as fun as Binda.
Linda. Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody out there, thank you. Oh, Thought Baby. So we couldn't decide. We just talked for a really long time about this. But who would you put higher, Marshall and Lily or the Deep and Timothy? Leave a comment. Email us at randonreesonemail@gmail.com.
Join the Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. The butthole. I've done it. I've made it. I've joined.
I don't understand it. We might have to get a link technically.
I'll put, if I can figure it out, I'll put it in the description. Okay. But yeah, thanks for listening. Do you have any finishing thoughts?
Should we read out the list? Or
No. You can, but
nah, that's fine.
I want to leave the room if you're doing that. Because it's going to take a while. Yeah, some of the shows that we didn't get to: New Girl, Schitt's Creek, Fleabag. We did.
We didn't do Fleabag.
Oh, we didn't do Fleabag. Yeah. I forgot, but I wrote it down. We did Seinfeld. Who the fuck is Brad and Jane? Oh, Happy Endings.
Oh.
They're kind of like Marshall and Lily. Those two in that show, yeah.
Okay.
Sam and Diane from Cheers. They're not good together at all. Suits. We have 3 from Suits. We have 1 from Better Call Saul. We have The Americans, and then we have 3 from The Walking Dead. Let us know your favorite TV couple of all time, or TV romance. Could be a bromance, could be anything.
Yeah, we'll do a bromance one.
Yeah, like best duos in TV history.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be bros.
It'll be just duos. Troy and Abed, though.
Probably.
Yeah, or maybe the gang from It's Always Sunny.
Jake and Charles are good, but I would still pick.
His name's not Charles, it's Boyle.
Peralta and Boyle.
No, it's Jake and Boyle.
Jake and Boyle.
Yes.
Their ship name is Boyle.
Their ship name is just Boyle.
Boyle boys.
Boyle is like the dominant trait. So it's just if Boyle's a part of anything, Boyle becomes the dominant factor because he's so cool. Best parent, Boyle. Nicolaj. Yeah, thanks for listening. I think I've said that like 4 times.
Yeah, thanks guys.
What else is part of our outro? What am I forgetting? Follow us on YouTube at Not Rand, Instagram Not Rand's Reels, Spotify at Not Rand. Oh yeah, you can find this anywhere.
Yeah, you can find this anywhere.
Share your friends. Give us a rating on iTunes. Helps a lot, apparently.
Give us a good rating.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, but be honest.
If you're going to give a bad one, just don't.
Oh, yeah, give it to the Weekly Planet instead.
Oh, yeah?
Let's start a...
No, let's not start a war.
No, I want to meet them.
Oh, that's fair.
I want them to see me and be like, wrong with you? Just copied everything. You can do an Australian accent. I'm like...
because we're Australian.
Australia. Yeah. Let us know your favorite couple. That's a Thought Baby, the Deep and Timothy. Also, I'm not even sure if Timothy was the name of the one that he tried to bring into the throuple. I know he ate Timothy, so that's why I put him in there.
So sad.
Yeah. There were a ton of articles.
Was he forced to? Is that what happened?
Yeah, Homelander did it.
I remember that.
There were a lot of articles talking about like how PETA came in to talk about it. Apparently, the Deep wrote like, what? No one cares about PETA?
PETA sucks.
The organization?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, I feel like
I didn't know that.
A lot of I mean, not to act like I don't have my own mind, but a lot of people kind of dislike how they actually show about a lot of their stuff because they don't actually help animals that well.
No, I mean the only reason anyone knows about PETA is because they will criticize media.
Like obviously we need animals are great. We want to protect them.
Yeah,
we want to help them.
And also
PETA doesn't really do anything to help.
Timothy's not real PETA.
Yeah,
Timothy's a fabrication. But apparently the Deep wrote like a love letter to Timothy, like a love letter mornings or sort of thing. And it was like some viral marketing for the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, goodbye. Wait, ready on 3. Using what I'm gonna do. I looked at there like that was the microphone. Rand and Rhys in the morning. Goodbye.